Question 9. An airplane flies east from point A, which is here. Let's make it a bit bigger. Point A for 2 hours. So distance times speed again in this exam. At a constant speed of 420 kilometers an hour until it reaches point B. So 2 by 420 is equal to 840 kilometers. So let's put that in instead of the 2 hours. 840 kilometers from A to B. It then changes direction and it gives you this angle in here, the 20 degrees, and it heads towards C. The distance, the direct distance from A to C is 1450, which is given in the diagram, and BAC is 8.57, which is also given in the diagram. Find how long it took to fly from B to C. So we can put in our straight line here. So we've got 160 inside the triangle, and then we have the side opposite that angle, and we need the side opposite the 8.57. We'll call it X. So it's the sine rule here. So X over the sine of 8.57 is equal to 1450 over the sine of 160. So 1450 sine 8.57 is equal to X sin 160, or divide by your sine 160, and you will get the distance B to C to be 631.7626. 631.7626. Better not divide too early. That's kilometers. How long is it going to take to get there? He's still going at the same speed. We're told that. So divide by 420. So time, distance over speed, 1.5042. And it asks correct to the nearest minute. I wonder if you wrote 1 hour 30 minutes here, would you be deducted a mark to create a type marking scheme? So it's 1 hour 30 and a little bit, or 90 minutes. So 90 minutes correct to the nearest minute. Part 2. The average fuel consumption of the plane, 3.8 litres per second. And the capacity is 100,000 litres. Show the plane will be able to complete the journey from A to B to C directly, and directly back to A. So the whole thing at a speed of 420 without refueling. So what do we get for our total distance? We have 631 or 632, 840, and 1450 is the total distance. 2922 kilometers is the total distance. How long will it take it at a speed of 420? Distance over speed. That's going to give me 6.957 hours. So we need to show that the fuel will last longer than 6.957 hours. 6.957 hours of fuel needed. Right, so we have 100,000 litres. If we divide that by 3.8, we'll get how many seconds it will last. Plane's going to be in the air for 26,000. There can be 316. I'll round it off here. I don't think it'll make a difference. Seconds. If we divide that by 60, we'll get how many hours? No, we won't. We'll get how many minutes? 438.6 minutes. And if we divide that by 60, that will give me the hours. It has to be more than 6.957, and it is. It's 7.31 hours this plane can fly for. So greater than 6.957. Therefore, plane will make it. Thank God. Part B of this question, the voltage V of t in volts of a certain alternating current is given by the function V of t is equal to this guy, 110 root 2. Straight away, you guys will all know the max and min value of a sine function. The max is 1 and the min is minus 1. If you don't know that, you won't be looking at this question. So we're 110 root 2 is going to be my max value, because I'm going to be multiplying it by 1, and my min value will be minus 110 root 2 because it will be multiplied by minus 1. So that's going to be my range, minus 110 root 2 all the way to 110 root 2. And my period, the period is 2 pi over c always, and c is what's in front of, well, it could be x, in this case it's t, so 120 pi here. So 2 pi over 120 pi, if we cancel our pi's, it's going to give 1 over 60, and it tells us t is in seconds. So that's my period. Then we're asked to sketch the function between 0 and p is the period. So p here is going to be 1 over 60. So a sine function, sine of 0 is equal to 0. So it's going to go through the point 0, 0. So it's much easier to sketch the graph, then put your values in. So this is our sine function. Here's my max, 110 root 2. My min, minus 110 root 2. My period, we said, was 1 over 60. Halfway along, 1 over 120. And we have to put these in. I'm going to sketch it here. Kind of looks like 4. It's not 100% accurate. That'll be 1 over half of 120, 240. So we have 1 over 240, 2 over 240, which is 1 over 120. We'd have 3 over 240 in here, which is 1 over 80. And 4 over 240 would be our 1 over 60. So these are our points along the line. What are we asked? Indicate the period and range on your function. We've also given it some extra values along. Part 3, use V of t to find the voltage. I'm just giving a value for t here. So V of t is equal to 110 root 2 by the sine of pi t. Sorry, 120 by pi. We'll call it 180 and do it in degrees, by t, which is 6.67. And this is going to give me 147.95. Correct 2 decimal places. Part 4, find one value of t where the voltage is 110. So 110 root 2 by the sine of 120 pi t. That has to be equal to, we're told, 110. So if I divide across by 110, I'm going to get, and actually divide across by root 2, I'm going to get the sine of 120 pi t. I'm going to put that in a bracket, is equal to 1 over root 2. Now you should know that the 1 over root 2 is when we have 45-degree angles in here and here. So the sine of 45 is equal to 1 over root 2. So pi over 4 is equal to 45 degrees. So this guy here, the sine of 45 degrees is equal to this. So we can say that 120 in terms of pi, 120 pi t is equal to pi over 4. Dividing across by pi, we're going to get 120t is equal to 1 over 4. So t is equal to 1 over 480. Now does that match on our graph? We were half on each 120 with 240. 480 will be along here somewhere. 1 over 480, about halfway across. Does that look like it's approximately 110? well, approximately to our graph. 110 root 2 is 155. So, and minus 155 approximately. So yeah, our graph is about right here. 110, I think, will be accepted for, and it's in the form A over B here. 1 over 480 for part 4. Part 5, we're asked to find the rate of change of the voltage when t is equal to 2. So rate of change, we need to differentiate at t equal 2. V of t is equal to 110 root 2 by the sine of 120 pi t. So sine goes to cos, so v prime t is equal to 110 root 2 by the cos of 120 pi t. And then we have to differentiate the angle, and we're going to get 120 pi. V prime 2 is 110 root 2 by the cos, if we do it in degrees, 120 by 180 by 2. And then we have to multiply that by 120 pi. So that's going to be equal to 58646. Correct to the nearest unit, 0.05.